we have an unexpected visitor in our midst.
What the devil is she doing here?
She must be dead. But how can she be dead?
Well, I suppose she is rather old.
Not too old to become younger.
I've heard you say that before, but I never understood it. What exactly do you mean?
Yeah, May, what the hell? Well, if you don't know by now, it's too late.
At this particular point in time, I think it's too late for us all. And now, apparently, for Lady I suppose as well.
And I thought I was rid of that old windbag after my visit. Now I'm stuck with it for all eternity? I need something to eat.
Try a carrot, sweetheart. It's good for you.
I don't think the nutritional content of whatever she consumes is particularly relevant at this point, as she can no longer digest. The question is, why is she here?
Well, she must be dead. Of course I'm dead. I had a massive heart attack. But that's right, you were already a stiff. A waking one. But listen, I'm talking about this here Pozah dame, not you. What's she doing here?
Well, she was fine when I last saw her. Oh? And when did you last see her?
Well, on her little program, of course. And she was fine.
Maybe you gave her a heart attack.
Maybe she gave herself a stroke. Or two. I think Lady Mary seemed awfully healthy during my visit. Awfully healthy to have had a stroke. But I don't think she could really have been that healthy, or she wouldn't have ended up here.
And when was your visit?
I honestly can't remember. I'm awful with time. Father was staunch about it. S-T-A-U-N-C-H. But I think it's very difficult to keep the line between the morning and the present. Very difficult.
Well, for whatever reason she's come hither. I wonder if perchance she suffered some sort of accident.
I think you put your finger in it, Kate.
I think you meant put your finger on it.
Honey, I doubt he ever put a finger on it, in it, or near it. But he couldn't even find it.
Would you please try and keep a civil tongue in your mouth?
Well, sure, why not? Tried every other kind.
Wait a minute. How do we know she's dead at all?
If she's not dead, then what in darnation is she doing here?
Yes, exactly. If she's not dead, why here indeed?
You all seem to be under the false impression that this locale is exclusively for those in cold blood. I propose that here is also a temporary holding place for consciousness in transition.
I've told you 1,000 times I'm not in transition. I'm a spirit who specializes in female forms.
I'll show you, honey. What's that have to do with the lady in recline?
Allow me to explain. Consciousness and transition can often appear as a temporary loss of one's innermost essence, the soul. That is to say, her spirit may in fact exist here in an impermanent state of limbo.
She's here to dance?
God help us. Truman, are you saying she might be a being from the living here to haunt us?
Well, that's not what I intended to intimate, but may possibly in fact be the case.
I don't know why she'd be here if she's alive. Honestly, I don't.
Oh my goodness. Where on earth am I? Who's there?
Don't worry, we won't hurt you. We're just a few friends. Few old friends.
That voice, it's quite familiar.
Well, of course it is. Don't you remember?
Remember? Remember what? Forgive me, my mind's a bit muddled.
Why, our little chat. On your little program. I think it was called, I don't know. I think it was something like dismal, deadly dialogues. I think that's it.
Or kooky conversations.
No, I think it was celebrity spirits.
Well, I think it started with an F, like frivolous intercourse.
That's your specialty. I think it was fatuous dialogues.
Your specialty.
I'm not fat. I'm full-bodied.
Misogynist schmucks.
Indecent prepositions?
Feeble interludes.
No, it was famous interviews. And you were all my special spirited celestial celebrity guests, yes. But what I need to know now is, where am I and how did you all get here? I performed no summons, held no seance, nor kindled a candle. We don't use candles. Here we have inner light.
Inner light? Like pumpkins?
Are you implying you find us all vacant?
Are we scary, Mary? Like Halloween?
Boo!
What, scary? You? Well, no. What I meant to say was, wait a minute. If I'm here with all of you, then I too must be
Go on, spit it out.
dead.
Ta-da!
I must be dead.
I'm afraid that may be true. And if so, welcome to our afterlife. Not a bad place to be nowadays.
True.
You're much better off here. Much better off. Down there, it's an awful one. Absolutely awful.
It hasn't yet been proven conclusively. You still have a lingering
Yo!
Earthiness.
yes. But if you are dead, how did it come about? Do you suffer from any debilitating ailments?
No, none. I'm perfectly healthy. Well, at least I was perfectly healthy.
No heart problems, palpitations, arrhythmias, or anything else that might cause a sudden expiration?
Absolutely not. Now listen here. I just had my annual with Dr. Seduce, such a charmer, and he pronounced me fit as a fiddle, fighting fit, in the pink, right as rain, picture of health and all that.
Well, assuming that to be true, can you think of anything that happened this morning that might have induced your sudden demise?
Oh, no, I can't. Oh, dear me. Imagine finding moi-même in such a situation. Quel fromage. Poor Cecil will be distrait.
Cecil, was he there with you this morning?
Who he there? Where? What?
He, Cecil, there in your kitchen. At breakfast, Mary. Was this Cecil person with you or was he not?
Well, maybe you had a little pajama party. Nothing to be ashamed of. I had them lots of times. Sometimes no pajamas.
I'd say at her age it was probably a rent boy, and an expensive one too. Did you have a trick named Cecil last night, Mary?
A hustler.
No. I was quite companionless, I assure you. Story of my life, actually. And Cecil is me sweet, supportive, sympathetic son who I was forced to send to South America and house with holy men, where he was raised and reared. Because my father, the Baron, was unable to accept me status as a single mom. Fortunately, since moving to the States, we've been rapturously reunited, and he shall be devastatingly distressed, absolutely inconsolable when he finds me gone.
So you maintain your imperfect health and sipping tea in solitary? Breakfast at Mary's. And no one else was there?
I had no visitors this morning. It was an ordinary morning like any other morning. I arose, performed my ablutions, took tea, watched the birdies. I did have a rather strange hallucination, a sense of being observed.
Well, I've done some observing myself, close up.
Well, the closer, the better.
And were you observing Mary this morning?
I'm talking about watching other things. Maybe it was a peeping Tom. We had them in the Hamptons lots of times. They come right up to the front window, right to the front door.
I'm on the 7th floor, dear.
What made you think you were being observed, Mary?
Well, it sounds so silly to say. Oh, don't worry. They're used to that. I say silly things all the time. Well, it's just, I thought, just for un petit moment, mind, I thought I saw a face in my teacup.
Just before you were murdered.
Murdered?
Murdered? She was murdered?
Lady Mary Pozah was murdered? I would never have dreamed someone would actually kill her. Never in 1,000 years would I have dreamed that.
Well, if she is dead, it seems the most likely explanation. She said she was in perfect health, had an ordinary morning, was completely alone. The obvious conclusion is that she was murdered.